young ones in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, who have given their lives for their fundamental right to self-determination and the freedom struggle. Their sacrifices have not gone in vain, and despite India's efforts to cover up its brutalities in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the plight of the people of Jammu and Kashmir is being recognized across the world. But also, voices have begun to emerge from within India. We continue to call upon the Government of India to immediately restore internet and mobile phone services, release all prisoners, especially civil society members, and the abducted young children, remove Public Safety Act and other draconian laws, and to allow independent media and international human rights observers to visit the region to independently observe the situation of the Kashmiri people. Pakistan also condemns the highly irresponsible remarks made by India's Chief of Defense at Raisana Dialogue 2020 recently, where he made the repugnant suggestion of putting young Kashmiri children in de-radicalization camps and seeking to place Pakistan on the blacklist of FATF. These remarks are reflective of the extremist mindset and bankrupt thinking that have evidently and regrettably permeated even state institutions of India. Pakistan also rejects the mischievous portrayal of isolated, fabricated incidents involving Pakistani citizens as an issue of minorities' rights inside Pakistan. In this context, on 18th January, a senior diplomat from the Indian High Commission in Islamabad was summoned to the Foreign Office. In that, we underscored to the Government of India that such machinations cannot divert attention from the criticism that India is facing internationally for its own discriminatory policies against minorities in India and the ongoing state terrorism in the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Later on the same day, the Indian Creenet Affairs was also summoned by the Director General for South Asia and SAARC in the Foreign Office to register Pakistan's strong protest at the ceasefire violations by the Indian occupation forces along the line of control that resulted in serious injuries to an innocent civilian lady who was a resident of village Jogalpal. As you are aware, just 2 days ago, Ambassador Alice Wells, the acting Assistant Secretary of State for South and Central Asian Affairs, called on the Foreign Secretary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A range of bilateral issues, including political engagement and economic partnership, were discussed. In these discussions, we emphasized that a strong trade and investment relationship was the key to advancing the shared vision of the leadership of both countries for a long-term, broad-based, and enduring partnership. The two sides also discussed recent developments regarding Afghan peace process, and the Foreign Secretary reaffirmed in this interaction that Pakistan's resolve to continue to support the peace process and to pursue positive development of Pakistan-Afghanistan relations. Also, I'm sure you're all aware that the Prime Minister, Imran Khan, along with the Foreign Minister and other members of the delegation, attended the World Economic Forum in Davos. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the forum, which has, over the past half a century, become an important platform for meetings with leaders from the world of politics, business, industry, etc. Two key highlights of the Davos visit, which is still ongoing, the Prime Minister is still in Davos, included his keynote address at the WEF special session and his interaction with the Pakistan Strategy Dialogue with CEOs and corporate leaders from across the world. On the sidelines of WEF, the Prime Minister met several world leaders, notably the US President, the Prime Minister of Singapore, and the President of Azerbaijan. He also had extensive discussions with CEOs from a number of corporate companies. Later today, the Honorable Foreign Minister will interact with all of you, and I hope all of you will be there, and he will share more details of his visits of the last 3 weeks to Iran, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, United States, New York, Washington, and of course Davos. So I will not go into those details. I think the Foreign Minister would be best placed to share those details with you. Thank you very much. Tariq sir?